And thank you, Coach. We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Well, they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
SOS. Protein spill. Hey, Delta. 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. We don't want this.
Throwing Jones. That's caught. It's Coleman. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
6-man. Check girl.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
We own them. We own them. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. I'm here all day. Fire.
Now Jones. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Mike 54.
Hey, Mike 7.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Crunch time, defense.
From the gun on third down, Jones will get this out to Barkley, complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass.
Mike 34. Mike 34. Shoot.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 21.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready.
54. Mike 54.
Hey, exit.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
There.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
54. Let's go, D.
Get it.
To throw again, Jones. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Take a seat. You can't stop me.
Set up. 50, plant.
Right there, 56. Bring it.
Hey, wahoo!
My 56, my 56. In your face.
Big grip,
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch 54, watch 54. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D, man up.
go.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Go. Let's go. Let's go. Ready?
Now a first carry for their fullback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Giants 3, 49ers nothing.
Ready? 30 base.
Right there, 54 Mike.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Jones throwing on first down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
At the 49ers 13-yard line.
Come on, set. 8, read.
54. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Hit it.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Got it.
56. Mike's 56. And we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A 27-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ready?
Check in. Hey, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. Turn it towards the mic. Turn it towards the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Let's go. Hey, well, Mike 34. Mike 34.
Watch the curl.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here we go.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, it's Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Here we go.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
21. Here we go.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's coming. Check in. Check in. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Go.
White.
White.
Let's run.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, their 2 drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting 6s on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, like what you're doing, but you don't love it, you've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
2nd and 5 now. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Evan Ingram, 85 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, Reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Big series.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Go ahead.
The Niners on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
12.
Garoppolo now. Goodwin able to haul it in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 39.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Garoppolo gets this into the hands of Taylor. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 24-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Coleman. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
It's Coleman here. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And that'll make it 13-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I like where they are on the field.
Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Here we go. 180. One, Omaha.
Check right 34. Right 38.
Orbit.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 18 yards, first down Niners.
First down, San Francisco.
Here we go.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on, come get some. Come get some.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 80.
Here we go.
On first down, Garoppolo. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
And on 1st and goal, they decided to throw for it, but the coverage was excellent. And he kept holding the ball, hoping someone would shake free. Instead, he's hit and drop. And now, they're not even in the red zone anymore.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Barkley. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Right there, 56.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Mike 56, Mike 56. Let's go one more. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, Charlie.
Here we go. Here we go.
Deep rip.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Mike 54. All day, dog.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Here we go. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Dexter Lawrence able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that's going to tie us at 13. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, back up.
Man, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Ready.
2nd and 11.
Check. Watch 54.
And his throw is incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Alpha.
56.
Tackles. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Yeah.
Operating from the gun, Jones. He finds Coleman. Corey Coleman. Touchdown, Giants. Corey Coleman, 76 yards. And the Giants have taken the lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They trail 20-13 our score as they have it 1st and 10. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
Check in. Switch up.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here we go.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 36. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now Jones. And that is incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Let's put him on the buses.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jones now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Hatch it. Hatch it.
80 weapon.
They'll run it again with Barkley. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
56 to Mike.
Now Saquon Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
56. Smooth. You got nothing.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Big grip.
Throwing Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 17-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Ready, set.
Jones now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 14-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Ready.
They'll run with Barkley. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Rosas puts this one through. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
18 yards, first down Niners. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down. But that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Here we go.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. And the 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go.
Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
Set. 60 or.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
61. Matchbox lights. Snap.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On third down, Barkley. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's back to throw. Man open. It's Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's 13.
To throw is Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Single. Motion, watch it.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
12, fellas, here we go. Go ahead.
One final try now for Garoppolo. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Intended for Marquise Goodwin. Incomplete.
And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. With 1 second to go, this to send us to overtime. Shedding through the defense.
That's our ball, baby. That's our ball. Yes.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Giants, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
This magic with the gang, we ball out and kick it tragic. We gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I'll tell you. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star. This fashion, try to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They try to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working